All right, we are here back, Slams and Jams for the love of pro wrestling and rock and roll. And once again, we've got some rock and roll because Bobby and I have once again hit the scene back out to Sharkey's Event Center in Liverpool, New York.
Where
and
else?
This time,
Where else?
this time, we were there to see the all-female fronted metal band Plush. Plush came to the event
Not
center.
all female fronted, all female, period.
Move that thing over. Also, the opening band, also not a female fronted by one member. There were no other females in the band.
No,
Everybody else was.
That is correct.
Two singers in the opening band, Major Moment. We'll start with that. Let's start with Major Moment because they opened up the show.
I've been listening to them for a while.
So they're kind of in the vein of like a Linkin Park, maybe an Evanescence a little bit.
Good combination of that, but I think they lean more towards Linkin Park.
You got the merch on? We hit the
I
merch
do.
stand
I have
over
the
there.
merch on. I bought a Major Moment shirt.
Number one thing I want to say about Major Moment, not only did we hit the merch stand, but the lead singers, who I believe they were getting a little snuggly over there at some points during the show. So I think they must be married or a couple or something. What are their names, Bobby? You got them over there? You did not get. You know who they? Okay, you got the Plush. They're from Russia, so even if we had their names written down, probably no way we'd be able to pronounce them anyway. No offense, just because we're simpletons. So,
From Russia, based out of Boston.
that's right. My point here is the two lead singers were at the merch table. They were running the merch table. They were there. They were taking pictures with anybody and everybody that asked, not for any money. They just were doing it. And they were super friendly, super down to earth, super cool.
That story she told, by the way, about them recently quitting their jobs to get on this tour and to work more full-time on the band, that's true.
That's awesome.
Like they used to have full-time gigs and they do Uber on the side.
Yeah.
So,
now they're just out there. They're out there touring around. It's not like it's not a stadium tour or anything, but they're touring around.
Self-funded.
Yeah.
So look them up if you want to help an up-and-coming band who does everything themselves.
Cool shirt. Got the logo on there. The only thing we could say is there was a better looking shirt color-wise, but they had some different logos on it, and that one had the logo that like
a black metal band.
It rivaled like a black. It was like the scribbles that you can't understand what it says. So I was like, if
neither one of us likes those shirts.
If only that logo was on that shirt, that'd be the one to get. So.
Don't get me wrong. I like some black metal, definitely. But I don't like their logos, and I've never understood why you don't want people to be able to read the name of your band.
Right. I think it's hilarious when there's a festival and it's all like, and then there's
a bunch of trees.
And then there's one band saying noise or something, whatever, and it's just like you can read it perfectly. It's like in cartoon, like it's like in Comic Sans. It's like they get it. They wanted to be different.
I mean, Marketing 101 tells you get the logo out there.
Yeah. So, anyways. A Major Moment opened the show. They were fantastic.
They're stadium quality.
Awesome.
Their show really was. They had it down. They really did.
They're more of a not a full electronic band because there was a guitar player. Obviously, the two lead singers. There was a real drummer. The bass player was in a box like this. It was electronic bass. So it was different. It wasn't. The show wasn't fake. They were really playing. They were really singing. It was just something different.
But there were some recorded things. And, I mean, that's modern music.
And honestly, overseas, sometimes overseas, they're kind of ahead of the curve a little bit on some of that stuff, too. So.
Now, over here, believe me, most of the new bands, you'll see two people on stage and a big machine.
Two turntables and a microphone?
That is like the norm. Like, Beck was ahead of his time with that, for sure.
Got you. So Major Moment kicked ass. They played, I think, 10 songs.
Yeah, they did a rather long set for an opening group.
Yep. And then...
And they were having a lot of fun. They were really happy by the big crowd that went over to their table, said hello, and a lot of people I saw buy merch. So
it was
that
good.
was good.
Yep, and a lot of people. I saw a lot of people in the crowd singing all their songs and everything.
Too.
So there was a lot of fans there.
I wish I knew the songs that well. I would have been, but I knew a few words.
It's one of those situations where you hear the band, and now you're going to learn more because you're going to probably listen to them more. So
certainly.
Before Major Moment played. We'll back up just a little bit. We did get the VIP tickets, which weren't much more than the regular tickets. So why not? Let's go. So we got let's go.
Let's go.
And the VIP got you in the front section and got you a meet and greet with Plush. So we took advantage of that. We went downstairs in the event center, and they were the girls were down there. They were super duper friendly. Very approachable. I walked up and said, "I'm gonna come over." When it's my turn, I walked over. I'm gonna stand over here by Mariah because she's one of the top voices in modern rock and roll today. And she just looked up. She goes, "Thank you so much." And I'm like, "No, I mean it. My girl and I will sit there and listen to your YouTube clips of doing the covers and even your original stuff, and we're blown away." She sat and did. I think it was a lot of it was done during COVID time. She did some covers. One of the covers she did was "Never Let You Go" by Steelheart, and nailed it without. I mentioned to you during their set. I leaned over to Bob. I'm like, look at her sing. She's hitting that note. She's hitting those notes, and her mouth's like hardly. She's not even putting any like real effort into it, and she was really singing. She's just that good. She's just
her voice
good.
Is that strong.
And the three of them are completely like, you see like pictures of them and like, oh, look at these little girls. Oh, look at these cute girls. Don't sleep on that shit. Because they hit the stage and they were a metal band. They were rocking. They were flinging their hair around. Again, they were just amazing.
No reason they're not a stadium or like at least an arena band,
right.
You know?
Right.
Both of these acts should be in front of 7,000 to 10,000 people a night.
Right. At certain points and it wasn't meant as an insult by any way. It was just the comparison. At certain points in the show, Bob compared the bass player to Rudy Sarzo.
Yeah, just some of her movements on stage, like doing the over the neck stuff.
Rudy's moves, and then she did have a little bit of a Courtney Love look to her.
Yeah. She was great, Ashley.
Yeah. Yep.
She was having a lot of fun, and she got to sing. For the first time ever, last night, she got to perform a song that she wrote and sings all by herself.
Yep.
And they made a big deal about that, and it sounded great. It was really good.
Mariah jumped in the harmonies and stuff.
Her backups, too, the harmonies were hers.
So every song, the drummer was just back there flailing away the whole
Pounding
show.
on the drums, yeah. That's Faith, by the way. The
bass player did all the harmonies. It's 2-part harmonies, like in every song. Nailed every bit of it. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. It was a great show. Mariah, and the thing is, there wasn't a lot of shtick in between. I think comparing it to like the Sebastian show from less than a week before, he's a superstar. He's like, I guess you could say in the metal world, an icon. So he could go up there and tell the stories and talk a little bit more between the shows, between the songs, and kind of get away with it. Not that they wouldn't have been able to get away with it, but they had 16 songs in their set. So they just went boom, boom. Thank you guys very much, Sharkey, for coming out. It's great to be back here. Here's a song one. Here's some new stuff. All right, here's bit. And then boom, right into it.
September 18th, their new album's coming out. Yeah. They did some stuff off of it.
Yes.
Back to the Major Moment thing.
Yeah.
They've got an album out that they just released. Again, they do it all themselves. It's not going to be on the streaming services for a year,
really?
She said.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So they were selling that exclusively there, but I would see this double bill if you can see it near you, for sure.
It's awesome. And he mentioned the Plush new release, September 18th, Mass Hysteria is the name of it.
And they did, 2 or 3 songs off of that?
Yeah, they did. Yep. Bing, bang, boom. I think they might have done them right in a row. And it was great. What's the name of the new single? Do you remember it? This is Slams and Jams, where we don't do our research, by the way. Look it up.
Animalistic?
Animalistic. No, maybe.
I think it's Animalistic.
Sure. That's what it is. Anyways, it was a great song. I was listening to a lot of Plush earlier during the day of the show. And on one of their albums, they actually did a recorded cover of Barracuda by Heart. And let me tell you something. You can close your eyes and it's Ann Wilson in her prime. I mean, Mariah Formica is phenomenal. She's awesome. And I was honored as a vocalist. I was honored to meet her. You know, she's probably half my age. I say probably half my age, if not less. and she was just amazing. She kicked ass. It was great. Good times. We got to see some familiar faces again, just like at Sebastian.
Absolutely.
Not as much because Sebastian, that was like the family reunion, but here we saw some faces that were also at Sebastian, came back for this. I can't say it again enough. Jim from Sharkey's puts on some great. I ran into him inside the building and I stopped him. I told him just that. I said, dude, keep bringing these awesome bands, man. I'm like, you got it. I mean, you're bringing the country, the rap, the rock, the nostalgia stuff,
the EDM.
I mean, a couple of years ago, he brought the Insane Clown Posse show, and they had a wrestling show tied in with it. It's just like, if it's gonna bring some people in, if it's gonna bring different eclectic crowds in, he'll do it. I like it.
They bring like burlesque and fetish shows in, and they bring like they had a male review there.
Male review the night before the Plush show.
Yeah.
So, and then every Thursday night during the summertime, Sharkey's has the bike night. So, and that's usually most of the time. Last Thursday was on the bike night. Sebastian played on the bike night, but usually other times it is one of the local bands from our area here in the Syracuse area. So. It was just a good time. Want to jump in and give you a little review on the Plush show. September 18th, Mass Hysteria is the name of the new release. Check it out. Check out Plush. Pull them up on YouTube. Pull up Mariah Formica and check out her covers that she does. She's just an insane singer. She's amazing. And once again, it was just... And they were so humble, too. Like, we were talking to them, and other people were here, and they were just so humble.
She liked my Doro Pest shirt.
Yeah, she did. Bobby got in the car on the way there. I'm like, good call on the Doro shirt. That's I like it. I like the female band wearing the Doro shirt.
Mariah's like, I love that shirt. Yeah. The Queen of Metal. And I said, hell yeah.
He walked up. The first thing she did was comment on his shirt. Yeah. So I tried to sneak a little selfie at the end when they were leaving the stage. Mariah came right over and was ready to do it, and then the tour manager's like, nah, bras. And you know
denied.
What? I was denied. And she said, sorry, and she was like, she felt legit bad. But I'll tell you, thinking about it afterwards, 3 young females walking through the crowd of people from the stage, that dude was more than doing his job. He said, nah. No, you're going to get knocked out. And not that I was like trying to jump in and be, aggressive or anything, but like he did his job. I wasn't mad.
Absolutely.
It would have been cool to get a little fun selfie, but whatever. I'm still trying to learn. I had my selfie stick ready. I really didn't. I don't even know what a selfie is.
You used to carry around a selfie stick when they first came out. I remember
we'll cut that
perfectly.
Out. We'll cut that out.
No, we won't cut that out.
It didn't happen. It never happened. He's lying.
He loved them.
Listen, that was a major moment in my life that I...
Definitely check out Major Moment, too. You're going to hear a lot more from them for sure. They're getting some radio play on internet radio and on a lot of the indie shows and stuff like that. And, again, all funded through the crowd, through their fans.
Absolutely.
So if you want to make a little donation, in return, you get some merchandise. So seek that out as well.
Helps them out.
I mean, both bands. It saddens me. I love the fact that the crowd that was there was into it, but it should have been 16 times more of a crowd. Yeah. They should be playing. Yep. It's a sad state of rock and roll right now. And a lot of people are saying, it's coming back, it's coming back. Well, it better come back a hell of a lot quicker, all right? Yep. So I'm telling you people out there, when there's new bands, get behind them, support them, as well as the older bands.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to do all of it. You got to keep rock going. Pretty soon, 20 years down the road, that generation's not going to know what rock is. Oh boy. But luckily, once you put something out, it's out there forever. Whether it's physical media, on YouTube or whatever.
Yep. Lives forever. Some way or another, it'll live forever.
So keep teaching the next generation, and don't be afraid yourself.
I'm glad you said that.
To learn new stuff.
Let me wrap the conversation
up. If you're old like us.
He speaks for himself. Leave that in because he admitted he's old. We'll wrap it up when you just said, keep teaching the new generation. How many kids did you see at that show with Plush shirts on, rocking out to that band? It was
exactly.
Awesome. It was great. It was perfect.
And they were in the Major Moment, too.
Parenting done correctly. Right. So, a couple things before we go. We had a little, Bobby and I have been talking a little bit. We've been talking with Eddie. Eddie and Bobby are still going to do that 2CW Watertown review show. We got a couple more 2CW shows coming up this year that we'll also be reviewing on the show here, Slams and Jams. Also, we are going to be taking a trip to Cortland, New York, and it's going to be our little version of Dio Day. We're going to go to the Hollywood Deli where there's a big giant mural of Dio painted on the side of the building. We're going to go to the neighborhood where Ronnie James Dio grew up, and we're going to visit Dio Way. We'll tell you a little story about Dio Way when we do the episode. And then just because we're fat, and even though he's skinny, he's still skinny fat.
I'm skinny fat.
We are going to hit up the legendary A&W drive-thru on the way back. So a little peek behind the curtain what we got going. We've also talked about, Eddie and I have talked about it, Bobby and I have talked about it. We need to just do it. We're going to head to Rochester, and we're going to do a show and visit the National Toy Hall of Fame, which is inside the Strong Museum. Bobby let me know tonight he's never been to the Strong Museum, so he's going to have a great time with that. Because
I heard you and your son Nick talk about it.
Oh yeah, and Nasty Nick's coming along for the ride on the Toy Hall of Fame show as well. So we're going to get some footage there. We're going to show you. It's going to be big times. We're bringing Slams and Jams back up. We're going to have more episodes coming, and until then, keep a rockin', we gotta come up with a slogan. Let's see, keep rockin', and what's the wrestling version of rockin'? Keep brockin'. Oh, we better not say that. No, that'll be messy. Keep rockin', keep body blocking. Never mind, we'll see you next.